Alright, so clearly, it's time for a different approach. So we're out here on Askiy Ridge multiplayer once again today, but the old let the hunt take us where it will mantra, we're going to be putting that into effect, but come here, I got a secret to tell you. Don't tell Call of the Wild. I'm still trying to get a diamond beaver and a diamond pintail. We're just a little bit of reverse psychology. Gonna hunt other stuff and see what happens. You know, ironically, one of the first things today is a bunch of pintail flying over. We're way up here. I kind of want to look for snow geese. So maybe there's a little something to that. None of these look all that special. I can't imagine we're somehow going to hit one, but maybe we can try. Something called there right before that fleeing call too, so probably other things around. You may have noticed though, we do have on our weapons today the Hog Wild Summer Challenge cosmetics. I imagine pretty much on all platforms they've been unlocked. Now there's only a day and 16 hours left as I record this, so maybe those cosmetics can bring us a little extra luck. Now we got some geese flying over, a level 1 there, that's always great. Nothing really special in that flock. I definitely feel like there's not as many as you'll often see, but we got mountain goat walking along. I think our wind is kind of alerting them, but got the Perry 308. Looks like all females, but maybe we can pop that one. Almost made it do a front flip. I think we might have gotten that, like, off-angle hard shot. Just check these again, because albinos aren't super obvious, but everything looks common in there. And so first kill is a mountain goat with snow on his back. I think that's the light brown. Uh-oh. First kill, maybe not first harvest. Well then. So take 2, I suppose. It's early morning, which I ain't gonna complain about. These are not exactly impressive bull Manitoban elk, but we're gonna shoot that one just to make sure things are good here. He should not be going far, and we can at least make sure we can harvest things in this server. If we were to find, let's say, those secret things that we're chasing the Call of the Wild can't know about, I want to be able to claim them. So this time, things look good. 249 silver, double lung at 180 meters. And I suppose we're elk hunting, at least for now. Sounds like we've been found by some wolves. There's whitetail going down through there. That's where that sound came from. Probably a good gun to have on us. Semi-automatic 308. There it is. Hope that's not the only one, because that's a 5. I think I do hear other, like, yeah, footsteps in the snow. There's a level 2. Another 5. Is there like a big one around here somewhere? Wait, that's an albino. No way. Okay, just a level 3 female. Let's chill. Don't mess that up. That felt really good. I see vital blood. What the heck? Snow on their back, you dang near can't even tell. I'm killing that now because I want to go claim the albino and get the screenshot with the snow. Look at that. Are you actually serious? Not that long ago, it was early morning like this too. Look at the pink paw. We finally got our first trophy wolf with the new models, and it was just a diamond. Now we get an albino, and I want to get it in the harvest screen so we can see that as well. 32.50. Attacking, like looking right at us, that big old snarl. You can't hardly even see the snow on the back. It is there, but it's so white. It's almost invisible. Gonna get a quick screenshot of that. Actually, before we do that, let's tax it. Then we can get some screenshots. That looks so cool. And really, like, it was hard to tell. It was right there, and it was more of like, that's different, as opposed to that one's clearly albino. Shot just over the heart. Plenty far forward in the lungs, but not so far that we were pushing being, you know, in front of them. That's incredible. That is the very essence of let the hunt take us where it will. It isn't those secret species Call of the Wild's not allowed to know about for reverse psychology reasons, but a pretty darn cool kill. One of my favorites on Askiy Ridge. Not a male, but I mean, there's all those multi-mounts. We have, and I think it's in the bison multi-mount, we have an albino female wolf in one of those. I don't know if that's going to outscore it or not, but it's going to end up somewhere in the trophy lodge, no doubt about it. Nothing else even kind of good in there. Like the males were tiny. Well, one of the females was an awesome rare. Got a couple of pretty nice bulls down there. There's a max estimate 4. That's a max estimate 4, as is that. That one's up to 427, so probably the best. Of course, elk drink time is pretty well over, so they are pretty well out of here. I think that's going to be good enough to bring him down, and what do you know? We find ourselves down by a beaver dam. There are pintail and stuff in this area, and honestly, it's 8:30. We could hunt bison. Maybe we'll check for them a bit, but we've had solid bison luck. So we're probably going to just kind of roam around and, well, you know, as I said, let the hunt take us where it will. Just go wherever we find tracks of or wherever we end up. But our elk's down right up there. I'm just kind of realizing we never did shoot many elk. What we ended up doing, 365 gold, by the way, for him. A little high and far forward, but it works. We ended up following this river, like, all the way down. Not a whole lot going on there, but led to a decent bowl. So I figured we'd maybe look at some snow geese again. Got a couple up in here, nothing really all that special. I thought there was a 3. Maybe we can pop that? Geese are at least easier to hit out of the air than ducks. There we go, we got 1 hit on it. And a second hit, that'll work. Heard a dusky grouse calling as well, but I just figured as we kind of wait for a little bit later in the day, we can kind of go after these guys. We have the melanistic female goose, but I love one of the morphs. Blue morph, intermediate, the hybrid looks really cool. Looking like no such thing up there, but typically you come up here, there are plenty to spot anyway. But here lays the one that we did get. A little 3.22 silver, got in the wing. And the same wing again. Go figure. And we've seen it now a couple of times with waterfowl here. If you're doing that, if you're shooting them out of the air, especially like at a decent distance, I would recommend trying to hit them a second time if you do hit them. Because weird stuff can happen. They can like despawn, or I had a level 5 snow goose. Luckily we ended up getting anyway. I shot it, definitely hit it, and it went back into that migrating state where you can't spot it and just simply did not die. So really that's a good thing to practice. So we made it into bison territory after all, and there are a ton of them taking off out of here, so I want to make sure we get everything spotted. I don't know if that was a warning call or an angry one. And there's a bunch over here. That's a 3. Not a whole lot worth actually shooting, but my thought was, we might as well go, like, check down in this area. This is, I mentioned that snow goose, the level 5 that actually survived that one shot. That's where that happened. So we could maybe give that spot a look. In the meantime, I don't know if we can get that. Certainly not a heart shot. Luckily, he's flying at us. I don't think that's going to get anything good. Yeah, he's not going down at all. Unfortunately, he's also no longer flying at us. He's really taking his time, so we'll try to kind of flank out around a little bit. That's probably enough. Tuck that shot up under the head. That's a vital hit. Now he's flying at us again. Not that saving a potential tiny gold or silver is really that relevant, but rather than shoot him again, guess he's just gonna pause and fall over. That was a 134 gold, so not terrible. Way under the heart. I didn't realize it sat that high. That's good to know. I think European bison might be the same way. I don't know that we've frontal heart shot one yet, but we'll have to keep working on that. In the meantime, we can try to scoot down into here a bit. That sounds like another angry wolf. It sounds like it's mid-attack, though. There's no one else down here. It's just us. I think they're coming down here, but that's kind of weird. Let's just go ahead and grab the Perry 308 again. I wonder if it's just one? Because, like, I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. More than one. Maybe a smidge low. And one thing we need to pay attention to is what all is in here. Because of that potential chance and the fact that we shot that albino earlier. This is, you know, something that I thought about when we shot that one, because we had killed 2 or 3 wolves before we realized that albino was there. And decently often anyway, when you shoot a wolf, a couple of wolves in a pack, they all will just take off. So I think it's probably a good practice to try to spot stuff as they go, check tracks on your way out. I don't think there was anything good there, but, you know, had that albino bolted out of there, would I have checked? Maybe not. So once again, plenty of geese around. Like, you can hear the other ones flying over. These are coming by. Nothing real special just yet, but why don't we try this again? I was gonna say, I felt pretty good about a couple of those. Got another 2-hitter. And, you know, this is a spot we just don't hunt. You probably noticed there's some of this area we have never been to. But this little mountain here looks to be as good as the other one. And it's, I keep mentioning the thing, but the whole point of hunts like this is maybe to end up in areas that you didn't know were as good as they are. Got a massive flock of them over there. For pretty much any waterfowl species, that's a hybrid or something. What is that? Blue morph? I think so. Okay, I already talked about that one surviving a shot. I am not about to try to kill that from there. The other one should be dead here somewhere, but, other problems. Where? Oh no, I do have the e-collar. Okay, that's a miracle. Can we? They might just go land anyway. If we get close enough, we saw it with our albino wood duck, you can pop down the e-collar and they will come in. But I don't think at that range that's gonna happen. We'll try real quick. Not that. Let's see. I think that's still the flock of them. Believe that. Is that it? Yeah, it must be. And they are not moving this direction at all. So forget that. Let's just watch where they go and try to move up to where I believe they're going to land at. At least because of the wind direction, they should actually land into the wind, aka towards us. That's her there. It's getting more and more reasonable to try to just go for a shot out of the air, but I don't think we need to. This is going to be a problem. I lost her in the trees there, and I kind of think they may have landed. Like, you hear all that? Sounds to me like they're on the ground. It's just where? And the wind is bad. Not that that's a huge deal for birds, but it can matter. Man, I am seriously considering charging in at these things and maybe just spooking them out and trying to get that one out of the air. I just don't know that it's them. It probably is. Like, that marker's where I last saw them. They're clearly right here. I mean, you can hardly hear anything. But are we hurting ourselves by trying to crawl in? I guess we'll try it. I'd rather take the safe approach. I mean, if we are not within like 30 meters, I would be amazed. It sounds like we're in the flock. I still don't see any. Oh, now I do. Oh, that's it. Right there. Look at that bird. Oh no. What are we hitting? What? Did we hit the rock? There we go. No problem. Jeez. I swear. Somehow birds always become a problem. The melanistic one too. We hit the, there was a little tree in front of us. Anyway. It's laying there dead. Just an incredible looking snow goose. The blue morph is really, really cool looking. And now that we have it laying here, we can get a proper look. There's not much of a screenshot we can get of that, but there you go, in flight, 63 meters away. So I guess crawling up was the proper decision. Wing shot, just so cool looking. I really love that blue morph coloration. Like I said, hybrid is awesome. There's the intermediate morph too, which is like kind of similar to this, I guess. This might be my favorite of like the different morph ones. And of all the ways to get it out of the air, because we were shooting, whatever, a rock or something in front of us, that is a cool way to head back to the trophy lodge and add 2 new rares to the main lodge. So firstly, I want to check this. The albino female wolf we have in this mount, that is a 32.6. Was it 32.5, the one that we shot today? 32.51, so we're not going to put it in there, because this one is a little bit higher scoring. I do think what we might do is switch out this. This is just simply a diamond gray wolf. Why not throw the albino on the wall instead? Then, although the difference is quite severe, we have that albino mythical Iberian wolf we shot forever ago, over 5 years ago. Next to, I didn't just do it like that because it was charging, but let's see. Next to the albino gray wolf. I like that a lot. That just really looks good. Just, man, the difference? I mean, it's no contest. I almost had to, there we go. I don't remember ever thinking, man, those don't look good when they came out. But then those show up and you realize, yeah, there's a bit of a difference. I'm putting that back how it was. The howling at least doesn't show it as bad. I love how that looks though. And then our snow goose, what I think we might do, even though this would be like a super rare now, when we shot that back in May of 2023, it was just basically a common diamond. So we're going to take that down, replace it with the blue morph snow goose. Just such a cool looking variation. I do think I want it with like the back facing us. Yeah, that definitely looks better. Maybe just that pose right there. Really fortunate to find that, and it was that whole thing I was talking about. Like, we had never tried that area. First time we ever go down there, the exact rare snow goose I wanted was just waiting on us. So our whole reverse psychology thing, no diamond pintails, no diamond beavers, but a couple of really cool rares in some awesome ways that we ended up getting them, I will absolutely take that. So on that note, that is going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.